listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to Upptalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say Upptalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
Enable the failover. Check the intervals. And the check retrieve, the count is 5 and check retrieval interval is 30. And the replicate interval is 3600 and replicate retrieval interval 300. Access word for the inactivity. Like that, we need to configure. These are the default fields which we will get in the configuration files, and we need to update whether it is no or yes. This is enabled to configuration file pdrini file which default settings is enabled. CDB sync. It should be yes. And replicate intervals parameter. 36 seconds is there. That nearly 1 hour. The length of the time between synchronization of vault file system and which default 3600 seconds. That means 1 hour. The vault failover. Vault failover cases. Enable failover case should be yes. This will automatically failover. It will happen. Automatic failover is switched on the parameter. Enable failover should be yes. If you keep it here. That means automatic failover will not be start. We need to do manually. CyberArk will always recommend automatic failover. Should be yes. Anyway, failover should be automatic process. But failback case should be manual process. The check interval indicates that your vault will contact the primary vault every 60 seconds. Every 60 seconds. It will try again 5 times. If in some case something happened, it will try 5 times again. Once every 30 seconds, it will try every 30 seconds. It would try, but it will try for 5 times. Still it is not responding. Then it will automatically connect to the DR side. DR vault is considered. The primary vault is down. It goes into the DR mode. It will automatically activate DR vault. Manual failover. We always keep it as that's what I told you. Enable the failover should be no. It should be as a manual failover. If it is always keep that enable failover as then automatically will connect. Then to perform the proper manual failover to set the following parameters. If you want to follow the manual we need to follow like this. Enable the failover no. And activate manual failover to S. Last. To restart the DR service, then it will apply for this. Whenever you are changing something in the configuration file, it will restart the system. It will apply for the configurations. Failover process. How it will? The failover process. The connection failures and retrieve attempts and failover started. Here you can see this here. There are something vault transition failure. Reason timeout. I expect something, whatever it is. Reason. And attempt to test vault availability. Fail 2 times and again. It will try 3 times, 4 times and 5 times. The vault availability failover started. Understand? It will try for the 5 times. Then after it will start automatically. The failover process was started. The working directory returned to this and synchronize vaulted data from metadata like that. Starting the vault service and failover completed. Payday service is starting now. Disaster recovery service is terminated. Now what will happen here? Data synchronization automatically will connect 5 times. It will check and automatically it will connect to the DR side. Start private server and stop disaster recovery service here. The component failover. Set up component failover. The vault-in file, that's what I mentioned, right? Wherever we are following, we need to give the IP addresses here, vault and D. And we have to update IP addresses here. On port number, it is possible to configure the components to failover automatically to the DR vault. By configuring the addresses for the both primary and DR vault in the vault-in file, we need to update the IP addresses that vault-in file configuration file always. Not all the components should be allowed to automatically failover. Here there are CPM failover. Set up CPM, I mentioned that. CPM should never be configured to automatic failover due to the possibility of split brine scenario. Split brine occurs when the passwords in the production vault and DR vault are out of sync. Will be mandatory to set up on PSMs. That needs to be checked the feasibility. If you have any questions on the PSM, there is an option in the PSM. But if you want, we need to set up it. But mandatory, as per the CyberArk recommendation, it should be connected to the D R always. And viewers. But why? Because CPMs we need to give this because there is a split brine scenario. Of course, we need to store the some passwords in the production vault out of sync, sometimes some manual passwords. Are there some automatic passwords also? That's the reason we are not giving. And failover must always be manual process for the CPM. The PSM failover setup. Automatic failover of the PSM is an optional. We have an option but manual also there. At the same time, automatic failover mode also there. And the PViewer failover setup. The PViewer scenario can be configured for the automatic failover to allow all users to access the passwords without interruption. Our D data should be save where active log and DNS load balancing. We need to connect a possible approach to avoiding the split brine to use the DNS alliance for the vault to control which vault is used by the components. The DNS alliance will be set into the vault-ini file. Return to the primary set. How we can return to the primary set? If something happened, it will automatically connect to the DR site. Then fine, now return to the primary set. These steps you can note down because maybe I can get some questions in the interview. What needs to be do here? First we need to open the Brine file, configuration file, and we need to set up set failover mode should be no. Failover mode should be no. Then delete last 2 lines. Those were the why we are deleting. This will force a full replication will happen. We need to remove those 2 lines, then restart the DR service. There are the DR service which is available in the server services MC. You can go to that and check. Restart that. These steps is a mandatory on the DR server. Edit the Brine file and following the changes which will be happen that it will be coming into the back. Now I'm going to do this installation of the DR. Here I already installed. There are the 2 things before installing the DR. We require 2 things. One is private server and private client. Already installed private server. If you want to get the private server service central administration, we need to install this vault again here. I already installed and private client also installed. Now I'm going to install that DR nothing. Just run as an administrator, it will automatically install. But while doing the installation, we need to give you that backup user details. Dear user details. CyberArk Vault Disaster Recovery. What is called setup has been detected as an active cyber up to install Vault on your computer. Please shut down CyberDeath Digital Vault. Click cancel to exist. I'm going to shut down first Vault. Love. Close. Going to shut down. Now I'm going to install the DR Vault. What happened? It is already closed. This is a server central administration. Always. Here I'm giving final. You can give anything. You should give your company name and the name. User. We need to give the vault IP address. This is the one. Once you install this DR Vault, we need to check the whether service is installed or not. And does this service is running or not? CyberArk Vault Disaster Recovery Service. These are the configuration file. Write file. We can come here and see these configuration files and log files. The create file of a old one. What is there? Any log files are there. Now it is created one create file. It is. The command ended successfully. Is there any log details? You can see here. Now the application replicate ended here. The first one, configuration fails, completed successfully. Everything you can check here. Once you completed that, replicating safe leave all those things. Metadata replication is running successfully, replicated started. Replace vault configuration files and end up the replicate replication user. Change the password method. Everything it is there. Now it is in DRAM mode. Now it is on. That's it, guys. DDR. And we need to check here. Where is this? And go log in into the private client and check. Anything new added here? Whenever the interviewer will ask one question, right? After post installation of the component, what do you guys need to be checked? Then you can say that you will check these services and we will go to the private client and we will see what are the default users has been created. What are the default? Groups have been created. Say that one. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@uptalk.com.